Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi everybody, how are you all doing? Good? That's great. Okay, so here we are with another superb Tenali Rama story. Are you all excited for it? Yes? Okay, great. So before we start, I'll just give you like an overview of it so that you'll have an idea. So, you'll know back then, during the time of King Krishna Devaraya and Tenali Rama, people always consider, oh, beautiful woman. That means she'll be so honest. Beautiful comes with honesty, or honesty comes with, beauty. But this was proven wrong by Tenali Rama. So there was this beautiful woman who tried to trick Krishna Devaraya. Amazing, isn't it? Yes, so today that's the story that we are going to look at. So, are you all excited to hear the story? Yes, so shall we get started? Yes, so without wasting any time, I'm going to directly take you all to the story. Let's do that. Okay, here we are. Let us start. So the story is Krishna Devaraya and the secret of weaving invisible fabric. So when you're making a fabric, like a cloth, even a t-shirt, you need to weave the fabric together to form a piece of cloth. So it's the secret of weaving invisible fabric. Do you know what's invisible? Something that you cannot see. So is there any cloth that you cannot see? Let's find out. Okay. So let's start. In the kingdom of Vijayanagara, there were many beautiful weavers, and everyone had a specialty. So one day, this woman walked in and she was extremely beautiful. She greeted the king and she presented her fabric. Can you see her small piece of fabric which is made out of celestial material, and it was very fine. The work was exquisite, and she was just showing all the ministers, and the ministers really praised. And then finally she told King Krishna Devaraya, King, I have some really good weavers, and if you can see over here, their craftsmanship is superb. They made this fabric with celestial material, and with your help and your financial support, my weavers can make really good material for you and really good sari. because you can provide the financial support. I will do the weaving part. My workers will do the weaving part. Krishnadev Rai was impressed. He said, yes, so why not? So he said, okay, I'll give you the money, and within 1 year, you need to show me your progress and complete everything and hand over the material. So the lady said, okay. So 1 year, quite a lot of time passed by. Can you see seasons passed by? And she got two weavers with her. That means two workers and herself. She was enjoying the treasury. Can you see this? She was getting a lot of treasury, like a lot. She was enjoying the treasury and they were having a nice gala time. And King in his court was wondering, it's been so long, but I haven't heard of any update from this woman nor her weavers. Are they actually working on the fabric, or am I being fooled? So what he did is he sent two of his ministers to check on them, like, is everything okay? So two of his weavers went over there, and the lady said, hello. She greeted them and she said, look at them. My workers are working continuously with a lot of dedication on the fabric that is supposed to be given to King Krishna Deva Raya. And yes, indeed, the workers were working, but the ministers were shocked and surprised. They could see them weaving, but they could not see even one single piece of thread. How is that possible? And then they said, we cannot see it. And the lady said, oh, this fabric is made out of celestial thread. Only those who do not have any malice in their heart will be able to see this fabric. Now, if someone says that to you, like me, you know what's malice? Whose heart is pure and clean, who does not have any greed or dirty thoughts in their mind, in their heart, can only see this. Now, obviously, the ministers would not want to show that, even if they have anything of that kind, they would not want to show. So, what did they say? They looked at each other and they said, oh, yeah, indeed, the cloth is beautiful. And she's like, are you sure? I just told you, people with malice in their heart will not be able to see this fabric. Are you sure you can see this? And they again looked at each other and they said, yes, of course we can. It is beautiful. And let's take a break over here. So by now you all must have understood the plot, right? So there's this woman who came and she wanted to make a nice beautiful sari for Krishna Deva Raya. But she promised to make it with invisible thread, which only people with no malice in their heart would be able to see. Interesting, right? Okay, so before we go ahead and we see whether this lady will be caught by Tenali Rama, or actually there is an invisible fabric which people with no malice in their heart can see. That can be a possibility because weavers are very talented, Craftsmanship is a very big thing, okay? They are supremely talented. Okay, so to find out more, let's go back once again and I'm going to tell you the story once again so that you'll understand everything and you'll be able to judge better. Okay, so let's from the start, a little faster this time. Tenali Rama and the secret of weaving invisible fabric. So in the kingdom of Vijayanagara, Krishnadeva Raya had a lot of weavers. One day in the court, there was this beautiful lady who came in, and all the work of the court stopped while people were looking at her. She greeted King and she showcased her beautiful fabric, a small piece of cloth that she had got. It was made out of celestial thread, which was indeed very fine. She said, King Krishna Deva Raya, I have some really supremely talented craftsmen. If you look at this piece of cloth, it is made out of celestial fabric with fine, intricate designs. I can make a sari for you with the help of my weavers and with your financial support with the celestial thread, and it will be one of its kind. Krishnadeva was impressed. She said, it's going to be made out of invisible fabric. He said, okay, I give you the money and I give you 1 year to get this fabric made. So there were seasons that passed by through the year, and Krishnadev and these people, these two weavers and the lady, were enjoying all the treasuries, okay, all the nice luxuries of the kingdom. But King Krishnadeva Raya thought to himself, so many months have passed by, so many seasons, yet I have no update. So he sent two of his ministers to the place, to his guest house basically, and the lady greeted, and they saw like these two weavers are indeed working very hard, but to their surprise they could not see anything. They could see that okay, this person is weaving, but they could not see a single string of thread. How is that even possible? So the lady asked, please come and touch and feel the cloth. Please tell me if you like it. It's made out of celestial thread. So the ministers looked at each other and they told, but we cannot see the cloth. Please help us. So the lady was shocked. She's like, only a person with no malice in his heart can see this fabric. Now the two ministers were shocked. They looked at each other and they smiled and said, okay, yes, it's indeed beautiful. So we did till here. Shall we go ahead and find out whether the celestial fabric, invisible thread cloth actually exists, whether the lady is cheating, and if she is cheating, will Tenali Rama be able to solve the mystery? Let's go ahead and find out. Okay. So they both were very upset, and because they could not see the cloth, and they bent their heads and went back to the kingdom and told King Krishnadeva, yes sir, yes king, the work is going on very well. And King Krishnadeva was very impressed. So after a few days he ordered his ministers to call the woman with the celestial fabric. She came with her two workers, and on that day, not only were the ministers and king in the court, but also people from the kingdom were super excited to see the invisible fabric that was made out of celestial thread. So all of them had gathered in the court. The lady was very happy. Now, what she did was, she thought, let me introduce my workers who worked so hard. So she said, King, these are my two supremely talented weavers. They are the ones who made the thread with the celestial fabric. She took out the fabric and she showed it to everyone. But the king was shocked. He could not see anything, and neither could anyone in the crowd. So she said that, King, please have a look at it. It's really good. Please touch it. And everyone in the crowd started chatting. No one can see it. What are we supposed to do? I think King cannot see it. Does he have malice in his heart? So Tenali Rama went up to the king and said, King, I think we have been cheated. We really need to fix this. So Tenali Rama went up to the lady and said, Ma'am, this fabric is really beautiful, but I don't think we are able to see it. So she said, a person with no malice in his heart is the only one who will be able to see it. So Tenali Rama said, indeed, I get your point, but we were just wondering how it would look on a beautiful lady like you. So the king has requested you to wear the fabric, to wear the sari and come in front of us to show how beautiful it will look on a lady like you who's so beautiful. Now everyone supported, everyone in the court, and they started cheering the lady. And she got a little scared and upset. And what happened in the end? She broke down and she said, Oh king, please apologize. I have cheated on you. I really have cheated on you. And the king said, you have exploited the treasury of my kingdom. You are going to be punished. Leave the kingdom immediately. And they left. So what lesson did we learn from here? So Tenali Rama was finally successful. What lesson did we learn? Beauty does not always guarantee brains. Okay. So that's it for today. So what we are going to do is, I'm going to tell you the story again from where we stopped. Okay. the second half. So these two ministers hung their head down and went to the kingdom. They greeted the king and said, "The work is going on very well." The king was very happy. He ordered his ministers to call the lady and his weavers the next day. So the lady came with both her weavers because since they had worked really hard, she felt it is her duty to introduce her weavers to everyone. They should get the credit too. So on that day, not only were the ministers and the king present in the court, but also the common people in the kingdom. They wanted to see the invisible fabric. So she greeted the king and she said, uh, "King, these are the two fine weavers who worked on your fabric. They have made the invisible cloth with the celestial thread." She took out the cloth and she showed it to everyone. But to everyone's surprise, King could not see it, nor could anyone else see it. So everyone in the crowd started chattering. She said, "Isn't the fabric so beautiful?" And everyone started chatting. They're like, "We cannot see it. King cannot see it. Do we have malice in our heart?" The king was a little scared because he could not see it. Then Ali Rama stood up, went to the king and said, "King, I think we have been cheated. We really need to fix this." So Tenali Rama went up to the lady and said, "Dear beautiful lady, I'm afraid the king and myself cannot see the fabric." The lady said, "Only a person with no malice in his heart will be able to see the fabric." So Tenali Rama said, "Indeed, what you're saying may be right. But King, the crowd, and myself, we want to look how beautiful the sari would look on a gorgeous lady like you. Please, if you could wear it and come, it's just a small request by the king. I hope you would not deny that." The lady was a little upset. Why? Because the entire crowd started cheering, "Yay, yay!" And the lady finally understood she has been trapped now. So she broke down with her weavers and she said, "Oh, king, please forgive me. I have cheated on you. I will never do that again." King said, "How dare you do that? You are supposed to leave my kingdom immediately." She left with the weavers very upset. This is how Tenali Rama explained that beauty does not always guarantee brains. Done? Okay, everybody. I hope you all liked the story. Yes? Oh, that's awesome. Very good. Okay. So, today we are going to make a puppet of the second most important character of the story. We made one, right? We made Tenali Rama, who's the most important because he's the one who solves the mysteries. So today we're going to make the second most important character. Can you guess? Yes, anybody? Can anybody guess? Okay, why don't we write it in the chat section? I'm just going to have a look at it. So everyone in the chat section, quickly tell me who is this person? Okay, let's check if you'll know it. Okay, some of you all have got it right. So let me tell you all who this person is. In fact, why don't I show it to you all? Wouldn't that be better? Yes. So this person is none other than King Krishnadevaraya. Yes, who ruled the Vijayanagara kingdom. So we are going to make like a full puppet of this person because he's the second most important person. Remember, I told you the important persons we're going to make full, and the ones that are there for different stories, we're just going to make half of them. So today we're going to make King Krishnadevaraya. Is everyone ready with their supplies? Yes? Oh, perfect. Shall we start then? Great. Just follow my instructions quickly and we will get done with this. Okay, we'll make a beautiful puppet out of this. Ready? Shall we start? Great. So first we're going to start with the face. So I'm just going to draw the face slightly and then start with the turban next. So I'm just going to make the turban. I'm going to draw a nice turban because he's the king. Then a small circle and a feather, because king, he needs to be a little different from the others, right? From his ministers. Okay, are you all done till here? So we draw the face and we draw the turban and a nice little feather with an emerald or a ruby on the turban. Done? Okay, let's move on. We are going to draw next is going to be the jewels and the body part. So I'm drawing like a nice chunky jewel on his body and shoulders. So I'm going to continue. Draw the arms. So yes, let's draw the arms. I'm going to draw the waistline, and I'm just going to stop over here for you. So I drew the nice chunky jewel on the shoulder, one of the arms, and the sideline with the waistline. Shall we continue? Okay, let's go ahead. And they wore dhoti, okay, for their bottoms. So I'm going to draw that. So I'm going to draw the next arm, and let's continue the first one. Let's complete the first one. So they were a lot of jewels, right? So I'm going to draw one on the arm, one on each arm. And now let's come to the, so I'm going to finish all of it, like just I'm drawing the rough outline and then we'll finish it. So let's finish the face part first. So let's draw the expressions. I'm going to draw the eyes, the eyebrows, the eyes, the smile, and nice mustache. Okay. And let's draw the arms now. Okay, so this looks weird. Let's draw it properly. Okay, perfect. Let's draw the legs. And they wore a very different type of, footwear. So let's try and let's make a very similar one. So I'm just going to draw like a U kind thing with a strap. And they were pointed from my head. So I'm just going to do that. And just a few lines, a few creases. And also they always wore like a dupatta type thing or a stole. So I'm just going to draw that as well. Yes. Okay. Is there anything left? Yes, the ears. Anything else? I cannot see of anything else. Okay, the tikka. Yes. So let us wait over here. Has everyone completed drawing like the sketch of Krishna Devaraya? Yes. Okay. Let's start coloring. What I have used over here is I've used purple for the dhoti and the turban that he is wearing, and I've used pink for the stole, and of course I've used red for the lips and the rubies wherever they are there on the jewels, and golden. That's the only thing, and of course skin color. So if you want, you can change the colors. There's no problem. So let's start. So I'm first going to start with purple. So I'm going to start with the turban. So I'm going to color it a little quickly, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's quickly color it up. And the other side also. Okay, is everyone done coloring the turban? Yes, great job. Let's move on to the dhoti. That's the bottom part. So I'm just going to quickly give a nice outline first so that my color does not go out. And I'm going to quickly color it. The other side now. So let's quickly color that up as well. Okay, great. Now I'm just going to retrace the creases. Okay, perfect. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the golden color and I'm going to color everything that needs to be done in yellow. That is the jewels, the turban outline, the dhoti outline, everything that needs to be done in yellow. Yes, don't worry if it's not very neat, because we are going to do the outlining with a sketch pen or a OHP marker. So that's okay. I forgot the hand on the other side. So let's quickly do that as well. And yes, So let's check that. Are you done coloring all the jewels? Yes? Very good. So now we are going to move on to the scarf, or the thing the kings wear on their shoulders and they are taken on their hands. So I'm going to use like a light pink color for it, the stole basically. So I'm going to outline it so I can color it quickly. I'm using a very light pink. Y'all can change the colors, okay? There's no problem. Y'all can be as creative as y'all want. Y'all can add some designs to it. That'll be perfectly fine. And I forgot to color the yellow part for the dhoti, so I'm just going to quickly do that as well. Okay, let's stop over here. Have you all completed this much? If this much is done, most of your coloring is done. Yes? Great. Let's move ahead. Now let's do the skin color. So if your skin is done, almost like 95% of your work is done, like the coloring part. So let's quickly color. So I started with the face. I'm done. Let's move on to the upper body. Okay, so I'm just going to color it quickly. Okay, I'm going to finish one hand and then move on to the lower body. Then the next arm. And then we come to the legs. Okay, now we just need to complete coloring the shoes. So I've just taken like a nice brown color and I'm coloring it. You all can use any other nice bright color also. Okay, like purple, pink, dark pink, any red, any beautiful color. Okay, so now only red is left. So I'm going to take the red color, color the stone in the pagdi, then do the tika, color the mouth, the jewels on the arms, and I think, yeah, we're good to go. Yes, so now what I'm going to do, has everyone completed this? I'm not going to color the feather, I'm going to leave the feather white in color, which is there on the turban. Yes? Okay. Has everyone completed this much? Yes? Great. So now we are going to outline everything. I'm just using an OHP marker. You all can use a sketch pen also. If you all don't have black, you all can use a colorful one also. I just choose black because that goes with everything. The skin color and all, it just gives like a perfect outline to it. But if you don't have, no problem, you all can use anything. You all can even, if you all don't have a sketch pen or something, you all can outline it with a black color pencil. Perfectly fine. A black ball pen, a black gel pen, anything would do. Just anything would do. If you want to outline it with specific colors, you can go ahead and do that, no problem. It's just black just neutralizes everything and just highlights everything. That's the reason why I use black. Okay, so let's quickly complete the outlining. Yes, once we are done with the outlining, you'll know what we are supposed to do, right? That's really nice. So we are supposed to cut it because we're supposed to make a puppet out of it. Great. Very good. So yes, I'm almost done with my outlining. Okay, that's great. Just the arms. Perfect. We are done. So next step would be to cut it. And this is how it's going to look. If you think you won't be able to cut this bit because it's very tiny, the gaps are very tiny, you might end up cutting the entire thing. No problem. Let it come with white. So you can just cut it from here. Or you can just have like a nice block tape also. No problem at all. Don't worry. Final step, you all need to turn this around, flip it around, apply some glue. And you can stick candy stick or straw, or even make like a loop like thing with a paper so that you can make a finger puppet out of it. So here we are. Great, you are done with it. Good job, everybody. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat the entire process for all those who've missed any part of it, but this is going to be quicker. I'm not going to take any breaks. So if you have missed out any part, let's start. Complete it in this round, the second round. So first we start with the face, move on to the turban. Okay, and kings have huge turbans, so make sure you all draw a huge turban. Make a nice ruby thing with the feather and outlining. Then we move on to the jewels that they wear on their neck and their shoulders. They're very chunky, so I'm going to make like a chunky jewel. And then I continue with the arm. And and I just make one. I'm just going to make like a rough arm just to figure out where everything is supposed to be placed. So this is where my first arm is going to be placed, and then I'm going to draw the waistline so that I know where the waist should come, and continue with the bottom parts. We're going to make like a dhoti which the kings used to wear, and with that I'm just going to place the second arm position, like get the second arm position. So complete the first one, draw some jewels on the arms. Perfect. Now, before we move ahead, let's draw the facial characteristics. I'm drawing the eyebrows, the eyes, the nice little smile and mustache. And of course, you need to draw the hands which we have left. So let's draw those with the jewels on the wrist. So, okay, this is a little disfigured. So I'm just going to erase it and correct it quickly. So perfect. Okay, now we are going to draw the legs and the different. So kings wear very different type of shoes. So we are going to draw those shoes today. Okay, they have like some pointy thing in the at this front of it. So we are just going to draw that. Okay. Next, what we are going to draw is some creases, and they always wear like a stole type thing around their shoulders and their hands. So we are going to quickly draw that as well. Perfect. Okay. Is anything left? The ears, of course. Let's go ahead and start coloring. I'm going to take the purple, and the tika. Now coloring, I'm going to take the purple color and I'm going to start coloring the turban. So I outline it first so that the color does not go out. If you are confident, you can directly start coloring because you're going to outline it with a black sketch pen or a marker ultimately. So I just feel more confident when I outline it, so the color won't go out. I know my boundaries well. Okay, so I'm just going to complete the turban quickly. Okay, perfect. We are done. Let's move on to the bottom part. So the dhoti, I'm going to outline it again, and I keep improvising on it while I'm doing it. Okay, so you all can perfectly do that. Your drawing might not be perfect, so you can keep improvising it at every level. Okay, and that's what people usually do. The artists do, you know. So if you all want to become good artists, don't improvise on every step. Okay, I'm just going to draw a few creases to make it look realistic. Okay, next I'm going to use my yellow color to highlight all the jewels. So I'm going to quickly color everything that needs to be done in yellow. So let's complete this. So, and if you know there's a little white space, it's okay because ultimately it's all going to hide when you outline it on the borders. But try not to do that, okay? Great. So let's go ahead. I forgot the other side bangles. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Now let's move on to pink. I'm going to color the stole. So I'm outlining it as usual first. Outlining the entire thing in one go first, and then I'm going to quickly color it. So let's color it. Okay. I'm almost done with the upper part of the stole. Now the bottom part. Okay, great. Next, what we're going to do is, I forgot the yellow for the waistline. So let's do that. Okay. Now I'm going to take the skin color and I'm going to color all the parts that are left. So I'm going to quickly color the face and the ears. Next, move on to the upper part of the body of the king. So let's quickly color that as well. Great. Now one arm, the lower part of the body, the stomach area, and the remaining hand, the next second hand. Okay, great. Now we're only left with legs. So let's quickly color the legs as well. Shoes are left. So let's take a nice brown color I have chosen. You all can select any color, okay? No hard and fast rule. So I'm going to quickly color it with brown. Okay, perfect. Now I'm just left with the ruby part and all. So I'm going to take my red. I'm going to color the stone on the turban, color the tika and the mouth, and the jewel stones on both the arms. Perfect, we are done. Now we just need to outline it. So I'm using a black thin OHP marker. So I'm going to quickly outline everything. Okay, perfect. That looks good. Can you see after outlining? Like, let's complete the face at least. I forgot to color the mustache, so I'm just doing it with the OHP marker. Okay, so y'all can do it. Now, see, after outlining, can you see how much elegance and how much detailing and fine craft has come into this? Like, it's almost elevated the level of the drawing, right? Great. So now you'll understand why is it important to give a nice outline to it. Yes, so even if your drawing looks dull, outlining is just going to enhance it. Yes, so make sure you'll always outline it and preferably with black. You can use anything, black sketch pen, OHP, even black color pencil, ball pen. But all of these might not work on colored pencils and all. So most of them that work are OHP does perfectly well and sketch pen does perfectly well. The others, pen might give you some problem. So make sure you are very careful with that. We don't want to spoil it, right? Okay, next, after completing, you cut it. After cutting, this is how it's going to look. So I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to apply some glue over it. And I'm going to stick a candy stick. You all can choose to stick a straw or even make a loop-like thing for a finger puppet. And great job, you are done. Yay. Good. So we are almost ready with our puppets for the last story. Okay. Did everyone enjoy this story? Yes? Great. I'm so happy. So now you learned a nice moral, right? Beauty does not guarantee brains. Yes? Okay. So this is your Vijay, king of Vijayanagara, that is King Krishna Devaraya. Now, I want you all to come up with something very different while you're submitting. You'll know the drill, right? It is you'll need to attend all the classes and make all the submissions in order to get your certificate. So I want you all to come up with something very smart. Maybe like tie a turban, nice turban. I know it won't be perfect. Like just wrap your head with some nice cloth and pose with this puppet of yours and make your submission. I think that's a good idea. It's like tie a nice cloth around your head and be it a girl or a boy. I know both of you are going to look amazing in it. So like tie a nice turban around it and pose with your King Krishna Dev Raya and make your submissions. I am very eager to look at your submissions so that we can go ahead and mark it. And top 10 submissions are going to feature on our website. So maybe you are one of them. So make sure you all submit it in time. Yes. So stay tuned. I hope you're in the next class because we have another interesting story for you from the series Tenali Rama. So hope to see you all in the next class. Until then, bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right